Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I'm about to show you guys how to make Gojo's abilities. We got Hollow Purple, Reversal Red, and his domain expansion. If you've watched my other videos, you guys should know that I've already made each ability, individually. I've made into individual videos. This is pretty much one big video. It can probably be like, honestly, probably like 50 minutes to an hour long and stuff I'm already knowing. So I'm going to just show you guys how to make all three abilities and stuff. So if you've never seen my other videos, or maybe you only saw one out of the three or two out of the three, you're now gonna see all three being made. Or if this is your first time seeing, you can just get everything done in an hour instead of having to watch three videos. Instead of having to watch like three videos that are like 20 to 30 minutes long per video, you can just watch one like 1 hour video and knock out all three attacks. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first things first, we're gonna need a remote event, right? We're gonna need a remote event to communicate between the server and the client. So head over to replicated storage, insert a remote event by clicking the plus icon, click remote event. If you don't see remote event, simply type remote event, click it, and name it combat event. Once you're done, make sure that it is inside of replicated storage. And then inside of server script service, we're going to have our animations and stuff. If you don't know how to create an animation, click the plus icon, type animation. Once you've created your animation, make sure you name them very specifically. You want the name of the animation, the name of the effects, and the name of the audio to pretty much match up. Well, no, the audio doesn't really matter, but you want them to just essentially match up, right? So of course, domain expansion, we're going to name that domain expansion. And for animation ID, you would simply just insert your animation ID into the animation itself, and then it'll autofill like this RBX asset ID and all that for you. And yeah, so two of the animations are R15 domain expansion and Hollow Purple. Their animations are R15 because it's actually the same animation I use for both attacks. So they're both R15, but the animation for Reversal Red is R6. So just letting you guys know about that. But yeah, so you can just leave your animations here. When we start scripting on the server side, we're going to put all three of these animations into the server script, but for now we can just leave them there. Inside of server storage, we have a folder with all of our effects. As you guys can see, it's pretty well. It doesn't look like that much, but if I throw it into workspace, it's a lot going on. You guys can clearly see it. It's a lot going on and stuff, right? I guess I'll just go through each. I guess I'll just go through each one and stuff. Oh, by the way, I will have a model link, not like the model link to have like what I've done in the video, but the model link that has all of these VFX, like all the effects. Because keep in mind, I didn't make any of the animations, I didn't make any of the VFX. All I did was script everything. All the scripting was done by me, but these effects and everything made by the talented other people and stuff. But yeah, so we have make Hollow Purple, we got the blue and red spears. I don't believe I changed anything to these, but I guess I would just say for properties, we're tweening them, so of course make sure Can Collide is turned off, make sure it is anchored, and yeah. Same goes for red, and then, yeah, then with purple, I think all I did for purple was just set the transparency to 1. I think that's honestly all I did really, was just I just set the transparency to 1. That's really all I did for purple, so not really much customization with the property. Some of my other videos, I change up the effects properties and stuff, but I don't think I really did that much here. Now I know in domain expansion. So okay, so the domain expansion model, I'm gonna show you guys this. Pay very close attention because I edited this model heavily. I deleted a lot of the unnecessary parts and stuff out of it. Here are all the parts I'm left with. The only thing that I made myself that wasn't here the first time is this thing called player spawn, right? It's a simple part. Can Collide is turned on, I believe, actually. No, sorry, Can Collide is turned off, and it's anchored and it's invisible and stuff. So you can just put that anywhere inside of the domain expansion model. So these are all the parts. I'll show you guys all the properties. So the force field properties, the force fields, you want to have Can Collide on and make sure they're anchored. This is to make it so that the player can't walk outside of the domain. They can't walk outside of it, right? Then of course we got the core, which has the main effects, which is that spear right there. And then for this other stuff, I'm pretty sure everything is really, I'm pretty sure honestly, all of these are anchored and stuff like that. Everything except the force field is Can Collide is turned off. Pretty much the only things that Can Collide should be turned on for is just both of the force fields. Everything else, you don't want players to be able to touch that and stuff. So yeah. And like I said, I don't think I changed anything If I did, someone just let me know in the comments and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think I changed anything. But yeah, anyway. Then we have the explosion. As for the explosion, I did not get this from the JJK model and stuff. I simply just typed explosion in the toolbox, and then yeah, like literally, guys, it's this simple. Like if you were looking for this, for example, say you were looking for the effects, hollow purple, right? It's one of these. I forgot which one I took, but it's one of these. You could just choose one. You could just choose one. You eventually are gonna find it. Or if you just look Gojo abilities and stuff, you'll find. Actually no, because it glitches. Like no, the search filter is kind of stupid. Not gonna lie. I don't know if typing JJK will. Yeah, I don't know. But the point is to search up like specific things. Like you want to go for attacks, like reversal red, domain expansion. That's how you find this stuff specifically. Like I said, the explosion. I just typed explosion and found this. As for the explosion, it's just simply two mesh parts that I didn't make any of that. It's just simply two mesh parts that are set transparency set to 1, so they're invisible at least for the time being, and then I'll make them visible via the script. But yeah, that's really it for the explosion. And then like I said, I already covered purple and red. As for the reversal red, all I really did with this was just I set all of the beams. I forgot actually, what did I do with this? I forgot. I think I set like I think I forgot what it was. What did I do with the beams? Because I forgot how I was able to make. Oh yeah. I just made them invisible. That's what I. Yeah, I set all the beams transparency equal to 1 to make the beams currently invisible, and I can use the spear, and then I'm gonna set them visible or set the transparency equal to 0 via the script, so that it seems as if the beard, like the little, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like let me show you guys real quick. It's like these little things right here. So that the little, I don't know what shape this is, but yeah, so that they appear and stuff like that. So yeah. That's it for that. Reversal red, can collide is turned off, and it is anchored. And yeah, so that's really it for all the effects. You just put all your effects inside of a folder. Everything, you just click the plus icon, insert a folder, name it effects, throw all your effects into there, and insert it into server storage. Now, like I said, be very specific with your naming, right? Be very specific. Keep it nice and simple so you can reference it in the script. You want to really try to go for whatever the attack name is. Since I only need one model for the domain expansion, I simply just named it domain expansion. Now, obviously, hollow purple requires 3 different effects. Wait, no, hollow purple requires 4 different effects. So obviously, I had to name them in differently. Explosion is used for both hollow purple and reversal red. I just use the same explosion model. So yeah, and then of course reversal red. You only need reversal red in the explosion. So yeah, so that's why just make sure you're pretty specific with your naming. And then for sounds, I have my sounds in here. It's the first time I've ever actually done this, but I put all my sounds into a folder, right? And I just named it combat sounds and left it in sound service. I don't really think it would change that much, but honestly, I feel like you should just keep it. It's a better way to keep things organized, in my opinion. Like because you may have sounds that are like, you may have sounds honestly for like other characters. Like if you want to keep it organized per character, like each character has their own sound effects, or just generally maybe like in-game music, combat music, finishing music, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, then let me check real quick that y'all can still hear me, but anyway. So yeah, once you have everything inside the folder, leave it inside the sound service, and just like that, guys, we are ready to get into the scripting. Let's start on the local side. You guys are ready, because it's gonna take a little minute, but I got y'all. Let me go ahead and name this. So once you've inserted your local script into starter player scripts, go ahead and name it combat script, and in parentheses put local. For anyone who was wondering, for if you watch like the other videos and stuff, to pretty much sum up what I've done, I literally combined all 3 abilities, like in total it's 6 scripts, because it's 2 scripts per video. So I combined all of them into one local and one server, and then of course I had to change some things up. I had to change some names up, as well as I changed some things for reversal red since I used a different explosion, right? But anyway, so first things first, let's go ahead and get our services. So first things first, let's get the user input service. So local UI s is equal to game get service user input service. Then I'm going to get the tween service. Local ts is equal to game get service tween service, right? Then I'm going to skip a line, just keep our services and other stuff separate. Then I'm going to get the combat remote event. So local combat event is equal to game that replicated storage wait for child combat event. Then I'm going to get the local player. So my fault. Local player is equal to game dot players dot local player. Then we're going to need to make 2 functions on the client side. The first one isn't that long, but the second one is shit happens. But anyway, we're going to say uis dot input began connect function, in parentheses put input, comma, processed. Processes, remember how we check to make sure that the player is what's the word? The player is not typing in chat. And hold on, I just had to check real quick because I don't know. I just feel like I accidentally pressed the button, but anyway. So then I'm going to say if input.userinputType is equal to enum.userinputType.keyboard, right? And then I'm going to say and processed is equal to false, which means the player is not typing in chat. They're just pressing the key regularly. Then I'm going to differentiate between each individual key pressed. So then we can, know what attack we need to use. If the E key is pressed, hollow purple. If the R key is pressed, reversal red, and so forth. So if input.keycode is equal to enum.keycode.e. As I've always said in my other videos, you guys can choose whatever keybind you want. For me personally, I'm just going to go with ER and F, but you guys can go whatever you want. So for E, I'm going to get end position. I need to get the player's mouse position for just reversal red and, what was the other thing? Reversal red and hollow purple, but domain expansion, I don't need it. So I'm going to say local and position is equal to player get mouse dot hit dot position, skip a line, and then I'm going to say combat event fire server in quotation marks. I'm going to say hollow purple. This is what I meant when I said you want to keep your naming, you want to be consistent with your naming, right? You see hollow purple, we named the specific event hollow purple, we named the effect hollow purple, and then we're going to also name actually no, that's it, but the point is you want to be consistent, right? And then of course we're going to send over the end position second after the event type. Then we can do else if. So else if input.keycode is equal to enum.keycode. And for this, we're going to do the domain expansion next. So F. Then we can just copy and paste, guys. Let's just save ourselves a couple seconds. So Control C, then we can Control V. And then we're not sending over the end position this time. And then we're just going to say domain expansion. Now, if your game has multiple JJK characters, I would recommend you do you could do domain expansion 1, 2, 3, 4, but I'm pretty sure you guys want to organize it better. So you should probably do like Gojo domain expansion, so you can be very specific and stuff and just keep everything organized. But anyway, I'm gonna say else if input.keycode is equal to enum.keycode.r. And then of course, as you guys probably already guessed, this is for reversal red. So I'm gonna copy and paste literally everything from the first one because it's gonna literally be the exact same. So Control V, and then we're just gonna change this to reversal red, right? And then once we're done there, we finish the first function and on to the second and last function for the clients. I'm going to say combat event that on client event connect function in parentheses put event type, comma arg1, comma arg2, and comma arg3. And if you don't understand what arg stands for argument, which pretty much just means a general piece of information that was sent over, right? In this case, it's information sent over from the server to the client. The reason we call it argument is because each piece of data will be different depending on the event. Like, I can't really give you an example. You just have to really wait and see. You just give me like 5 seconds, and you guys will understand what I'm saying. So first things first, I'm going to say if event type is equal to in. I didn't feel like renaming these, so I just left them as, just their names, honestly. So in, this is for the domain expansion. This is, I think this is, okay. So this is pretty much like the start of the domain expansion. Like this is how the domain is being created, I should say. And then out will of course be when it's disappearing. So I'm gonna make a variable. I'm gonna say local domain expansion clone is equal to argument number 1, because for this event, argument number 1 is the domain expansion clone, but for each event it'll have a different one, right? So long as it's not like an event for the same, attack. Then I'm gonna use a for loop and say for I comma v in pairs. I'm gonna say domain expansion clone get children. Then I'm gonna say enter, and I'm gonna say if v dot name is equal to quotation marks force field, or v dot name is equal to force field. I meant to put a space. Force field 2, right? Enter. Then now I'm going to create the tween. Let's say local tween is equal to ts create v comma tween info dot new, in parentheses we're going to say 3.2 seconds enum dot easing style dot exponential is probably the only time I ever really use this easing style. And I'm say comma enum dot async direction is of course out, and comma in between each parenthesis, and then the special bracket so we can create the property table. And I'm going to say transparency is equal to 0 because we want the domain to now be visible. Then we're going to press enter, and lastly we're going to say tween play, right? And great news is the next event is just the complete opposite of this, so we can just copy and paste. So we can just say else if event type is equal to quotation marks out, right? And press enter, then we can just copy and paste this. So Control C, Control V. We also need the variable as well. My fault, forgot to get that, but yeah, let's throw that right there. And then this time, the only difference is we're going to change this to in, and as you might have guessed, we're going to change transparency equal to 1 because we now want it to be invisible. And just that, guys, we already finished two local events. Okay, on to the next. So for our third event, we're going to say else if event type is equal to quotation marks animation. Now as for this tag, which one was this for? Oh, I think this is for yeah, not gonna lie, I forgot, but this was at the point. I'm going to say local attacking character is equal to argument number 1. This is what I meant when I say each argument will have a different, you could say, kind of definition, right? Or set of data. It's kind of multiple ways to look at it, but yeah. So for this event, attacking character is argument number 1, but in both of these, domain expansion is for number 1. So I hope that kind of clears up. I don't know if people will be confused when it comes to the arguments and stuff, so I just wanted to get some clarification there. Then I'm going to say local animation is equal to instance.new animation. I'm going to say animation.animation ID is equal to argument number 2. Then I'm going to create the animation track by saying local animation track is equal to attacking character dot humanoid load animation. Then I'm going to throw the animation inside, and I'm going to say animation track play. All right, then I'm going to say task.wait 6.2 seconds. And then I'm going to stop playing the animation track afterwards. Then I'm going to create the next event. We have finished with that one. It's already 3 down. So else if event type is equal to reversal red transparency. Now, as you guys can tell, this event is for reversal red, right? So we are then going to start this off. Wait, actually, how did we start this off? Oh, yeah. We start this off with argument number 1 being reversal red clone. So local reversal red clone is equal to argument number 1, right? Then I'm going to use a for loop. I'm going to say for comma v in pairs. Then I'm going to say reversal red clone get children, right? And I'm going to say if v find, make sure you do this, it's case sensitive. So find first child. Then in quotation marks, I'm going to say beam, right? Because remember, that's what I was talking about, the beams. And I'm going to say local beam is equal to, then copy and paste this. So Control C, Control V, find first child beam. Then I'm going to say for I is equal to 1, comma 2, 1, enter beam dot transparency is equal to number sequence dot new 0, right? It's pretty much just making it so that they are now visible. And then I'm going to say task.wait 0.05 seconds and stuff, which I found to personally be my preference for it. But you guys could use a different amount of time for each attack and stuff. So yeah. And like I said, the reason I keep opening OBS, I'm just making sure my mic is still on, because if I recorded like an hour-long video and you guys can even hear me, I'd be so mad. But anyway. So on to the next event. Not gonna lie, we're actually moving through these pretty quickly, not gonna hold y'all. But anyway, so next up is else if. Let me close this one so that people aren't confused. So next one is, oh, never mind, let's see what it is. So else if event type is equal to reversal red tween. As you guys can tell, like, clearly we're doing a lot of stuff on the client side here. So yeah. So let's just save ourselves some time. Let's copy and paste this. So Control C, Control V, right? Then on for the second line, we're going to set up the duration. So local duration is equal to argument number 2. And for our last variable, we're going to get the end position. So npos is equal to argument number 3. We're going to skip a line, and then we're going to set up the tween. We're going to say local red. Actually, not going to lie, I feel like saving a lot of time, guys. So let's go ahead and save ourselves the trouble. Where's the tween? I feel like we already did the tween. Yeah. Let's save ourselves the time. So let's Control C, right? And then let's Control V this right here, right? And then let's just change a couple things. Let's just change the name to Red Twin, just so we can just differentiate between the two. You feel what I'm saying? Well, not really a point since it is different, but at the same time, I just like for it to be different. But yeah, we're gonna say TS create instead of V. We're gonna have reversal red clone. And as for the time, instead of having a set time, we're going to set it to the duration. The easing style is going to be changed to linear. And as you guys can probably guess, the easing direction is going to be out. As for the properties, we are not changing the transparency. We are just changing the position this time. So position is equal to NPOS, right? And then of course we're going to play said tween. So red tween play, right? Then I'm going to use a for I loop. And then I'm going to say for I v in pairs, reversal red clone, get children, right? Enter. Then I'm going to say if v find first child in quotation marks, sorry, beam, then v destroy, right? I'm going to destroy all the beams and we're done with that event. On to the next one. I'm going to press enter right here. Then I'm going to say else if event type is equal to quotation marks explosion, and I spelled that wrong, explosion tween, right? Then press enter. And then moving on, guys, great news for y'all. This is literally the last event, not Gojo. I'm actually moving a lot faster than I really thought I was going to be. Because I really thought it was going to take longer. But anyway. So we're going to set the explosion clone. So we're going to say explosion clone is equal to argument number 1. For IV in pairs. And then in parentheses, we're going to put explosion clone, get children. And then I'm going to press enter. Then I'm going to create the tween. And wait, do I still have it pasted? Okay, I do. So you can just copy and paste it again, the tween. So I'm going to change the tween to explosion. Explosion. I honestly prefer naming my tweens. Like even if I don't necessarily need to, I just like naming them. Just when I'm reading, I'm just like, okay, this tween is for that, and da da da. But anyway, so we're changing the time to 2.5 seconds. We're going to change this to linear just like we did before, and we're going to leave it as in, and transparency is going to be left. Well, we're changing transparency, but instead of changing it to 1, we're setting it to 0, right? Then we're going to play the explosion tween. And lastly, we are going to put a task.wait in between. So you can skip one and then say task.wait. We're going to wait 2.5 seconds. We want the exact time it's going to finish. And then we're going to copy and paste this entire thing. Control C, Control V. Great news, guys. All we have to do is just change the transparency to 1. And just like that, guys, wonderful news. We are done on the client side. I genuinely am shocked how that didn't even take long. Like, how long is it? It's just, yeah, only 20 minutes. Like, I really thought this video was gonna be like an hour long. I cannot lie to y'all. But anyway, so I'm gonna insert a server script into server script service since we're done on the client side. Like I said, you're going to throw all of your animations into the script. That's what I meant. We can go ahead and name this combat script, in parentheses put server. Then I can delete print hello world. Let's go ahead and knock out our variables before we get into all the long stuff, because it's a lot of stuff. But just like on the client, just like on the server, the local script, we can do a lot of copying and pasting, which it'll save us about 10 to 15 seconds of typing, but saving time is always essential. So let's do local ts equal to game get service tween service. You guys already know. Then I'm gonna get the sound service. So it's equal to game get service sound service. We're gonna skip a line. I'm gonna get the combat remote event. So combat event is equal to game the replicated storage wait for child combat event. Then I'm going to get the effects. So game the server storage wait for child effects. Then I'm going to get the sound. So combat sounds is equal to ss wait for child combat sounds, right? Then I'm going to get into the actual function now. So I'm going to say combat event on server events connect function. Similarly to what we did on the client side, we're going to say player. Well, we didn't put player, but yeah, but we're going to do event type, as you guys probably summarized. We're going to say event type and then RA1 enter, right? And then we're going to first things first get our player's character. So local character is equal to player dot character. And then I'm going to set up if statements for the events. I'm going to say if event type is equal to quotation marks hollow purple enter. First stack we're going to do is hollow purple. Then we're going to get into the other two. for each other event. So I'm going to say local end POS is equal to argument number 1. Then I'm going to create variables for each individual effect. So I'm going to say local blue. Here's how I'm going to get each effect. I'm going to say effects, referring to the effects folder. Then I'm going to use a regular bracket because it's pretty much going to search. Using a bracket on something is pretty much like, it's the same as like find first child. Like it's going to look through all the children until it finds it. So I'm looking for blue. Then we can honestly, I have to look at saving time. So let's just copy and paste it like just, 2 more times. Change this to red, then change this to red, change this to purple, and then change this to purple. And we actually need to paste it 1 more time because I forgot we also need the explosion again. So get the explosion. And then I'm going to set the animation track. I'm going to say local animation track is equal to character dot humanoid load animation. And I'm going to say script regular bracket event type, and that's how we refer to the animation. That's why I was telling you guys it's important that your event, the name of your event, matches the name of the animation. Since the name of the event is called Hollow Purple, it's going to search for an animation by the name of Hollow Purple, right? So that's why I was trying to stress that to you guys. So then I'm going to say animation track, and I spelled that wrong. I just realized. Animation track. Paste it over, and then I'm going to say play, right? Then I'm going to clone over everything. I'm going to say local blue clone. We're going to clone all our effects. So blue, did I do that? Blue clone, local red clone, is red clone, and local purple clone. We're going to clone over the explosion at a later time. But for right now, we're just going to keep it like this. And I realized I spelled purple wrong. I'm glad I'm catching these errors though before I actually start testing, but I guarantee I will genuinely be really shocked if I don't have any, I didn't make any mistakes when we try testing each attack. Like if all 3 attacks are just perfect, I'm gonna be very surprised. So I'm gonna say blue clone, because keep in mind it is a model. So I'm gonna say blue clone dot primary part is equal to blue clone dot blue. Let me do that dot seat. Then I'm going to say blue clone pivot to character dot humanoid root part dot c-frame times c-frame dot new 10 comma v comma -10. You guys could also play around with these numbers to get your desired result. If you want maybe the effects to be a little higher, a little closer to the player, a little bit more to the left, a little more to the right, you guys can play around with these numbers. X is left and right, Y is up and down, and Z is forward and backward. Yeah, then I'm going to set the parent. I'm going to say blue clone dot parent is equal to workspace. And then we're going to just do the same for the others. I'm going to say red clone. Keep in mind, red clone is just a regular part. Well, the other 2 are actually just regular parts, so we're just going to do C-frame. So red clone dot C-frame is equal to character, similar thing, character dot humanoid root part dot C-frame times C-frame dot new. Then in parentheses, I'm going to say this time -10, 3, and 10. Honestly, very similar to what we did for the for the blue one. Then I'm going to say red clone dot parent is equal to workspace. Then I'm going to, of course, set some properties with the purple clone. I'm going to say purple clone dot c-frame is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot c-frame, and then turn that equal times c-frame dot new -1 comma 3 -10. Right, then of course I'm going to set its parent to the workspace, and just like that, we finished that. I'd say we're probably like about 1/3 done with the overall attack itself. I'm going to then set up the tweens. I'm going to say local blue tween is equal to ts create blue clone comma tween info dot new, in parentheses I'm going to put 2 seconds, then enum dot, oh sorry, I did that so wrong. Then I'm going to say enum dot easing style. Of course I'm going to go with cubic. You can, not cubic, quad. You can either go with quad or cubic. Either one works. Then of course for the easing direction, I'm going to go with in because the spheres are coming together. Then put a comma in between each parenthesis, and then put a special brackets, and we're tweening the position. So position is equal to purple clone dot position, right? And then great news, guys. This is what I meant. So it was about 10 seconds. Copy and paste this. Control C, Control V. Rename blue tween to red tween, right? All you gotta do now is just go over here and change, oh sorry, not over here, over here and change this to red clone. And just like that, we are done setting up the tweens. We are of course going to play each tween. So blue tween play and red tween play, right? Then I'm gonna play the sounds. I'm gonna say combat sounds dot hollow purple charge play, and I'm gonna put 1.9 seconds because that's how long I want the sound to last for. So 1.9 seconds. Then I'm gonna say task that way 1.9 seconds because as you guys can tell, I want the next thing to happen as soon as the sound finishes playing. Sound finishes playing. Then I'm gonna say red clone destroy the red clone, and then I'm gonna also destroy the blue one. So blue clone destroy, and then I'm gonna use the for I loop and say for I be in pairs, purple clone dot main attachment get children enter, and then I'm gonna say v dot enables is equal to true. Then I'm gonna say v dot enables is equal to true. Then purple clone, I'm gonna say purple clone dot embers one dot enabled is equal to true. Pretty much making all the effects visible, I should say. Then I'll say purple clone dot point light, dot point light dot enabled is equal to true. Then we're done with the for I loop. Let's go on the outside of it. Then we're gonna say combat sounds dot hollow purple idle, the idle sound. I'm gonna play that. Then I'm gonna say task that wait 0.5 seconds. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit so we can, actually see properly. Then I'm gonna next set up the raycast. So this is gonna be a lot of variables and stuff. The great thing is since I have the raycast for the raycasting is honestly about probably like 30, it's about like 20 to 30 lines of the script. The great thing is though, since I have the raycast for both things, I can literally come back to Hollow Purple, copy and paste this for what's the other thing? Reversal red, and then we can save ourselves some time there. So I just have to really do this once and then just come back. So I'm gonna first get the start position. I'm gonna say local start POS is equal to purple clone dot position. Then I'm gonna get the direction by saying equal to parentheses and POS minus start POS on the outside. I'm gonna say dot unit times 200, right? Then I'm going to set up the raycast params. Local raycast params is equal to raycast params dot new. Then I'm gonna set the properties raycast and new. Raycast params dot filter type is equal to enum dot raycast filter type dot exclude raycast params dot filter descendants instances, and then I'm going to say it's equal to special brackets. I'm going to say character get to descendants, right? Then I'm going to set the duration. I'm going to say local duration is equal to parentheses NPOS, very similar to what we did, minus start POS, but this time I'm going to say dot magnitude divided by 70, right, for the duration. Then I'm going to set up the purple tween, so I can just control V because I still have the blue tween pasted. So I'm going to say rename this to purple tween, right? And of course we're going to change the things. We're going to change this to purple clone. We're going to change the time to duration, so instead of 2 seconds, it's going to be duration. Then of course we're going to change this to cubic. Easing direction will be out because we're firing outward. And then we're going to set the position equal to n position, right? So n POS. And then we can go ahead and play our tween. So purple tween play, right? Now for the actual raycast, we have all the stuff we need set up. So let's say local raycast is equal to workspace raycast. Then I'm going to say start POS, comma direction. Then I'm going to throw in the raycast params. Then I'm going to say if raycast, then do task dot wait duration. Now instead of waiting the duration, I'm going to do minus 0.5 seconds. I want it to start a little bit early. Then I'm going to start setting up all the stuff for the explosion. So I'm going to say local explosion. That's what I was talking about. Local explosion clone is equal to explosion clone, right? Then time to set some properties. Explosion clone dot primary part, because keep in mind it's a model, is equal to explosion clone dot mesh part. Then I'm gonna say explosion clone pivot 2, and then I'm gonna say purple clone dot C frame. No need for our characters, human root part C frame. And lastly, I'm going to parent it to the workspace. So explosion clone dot parent is equal to workspace. Then I'm going to use a for I loop. I'm going to say for I v in pairs. And I'm going to say explosion clone get children. I'm going to say enter. Then I'm going to set up the tween. So I'm control V. I love how I just have it conveniently pasted. Then I'm going to name this explosion tween, right? Then of course I'm going to change this to explosion clone. As for the duration of the explosion, I'm going to change it to 1.5 seconds. The easing style is going to be changed to linear. The easing direction is going to be outward, and the property I'm going to be changing is going to be the transparency. And I'm going to set the transparency equal to 0. So let's go ahead and do that. And then of course I'm going to play set tween. So explosion tween play, just doing a little check. Okay, good to go. Then I'm going to the outside of the for I loop, right? A couple lines, and then I'm going to destroy the purple clone after we've begun the explosion. And then I'm going to say combat sounds dot explosion play, right? And I'm going to say task dot wait 2 seconds. We're going to wait 2 seconds. Then we can copy and paste. Control C, Control V. I promise, guys, the first one, I feel like honestly Hollow Purple is going to be the hardest one, because Reversal Red, we did most of the work on the client side, so it won't be that much typing. And then for domain expansion, except for setting a couple properties, really and truly I can just copy. Like, it's mainly like, you guys see how much raycasting is. Like, raycasting is like, how many lines is this? This is like, it's like 30, yes, like 30 lines of raycasting, really. So I can save a lot of time by just copy and pasting all of this, really. So, oh, sorry guys, name this explosion tween number 2. Sorry, I completely forgot to mention that. I'm going to definitely just, just keep them separate. So after that, we're going to, of course, get into, dealing damage to the enemies. So I'm going to say for IV in pairs once again, and I'm going to say game.players, get children, enter, and then I'm going to say make a variable for other characters. So local other character is equal to v.character. Then I'm going to say if parentheses other character dot humanoid root part dot position minus explosion clone dot primary part dot position. Then on the outside of those parentheses, I'm going to say dot magnitude is less than equal to, here's your range. Now for me, I'm setting my range to 50. You guys can set it to whatever you want. And other character dot name is nil equal to character dot name. This ensures that the player isn't attacking themselves and stuff, like they won't be able to damage themselves. And then I use this if statement like probably 2 more times, so we can just bring it over and stuff. So yeah, then I'm gonna say other character dot humanoid dot health is less than equal to 10. You have to change it to whatever damage amount you want. Then we're gonna go on the outside of the 2 ends. I'm gonna say task dot wait 1.5 seconds. After that, I'm going to destroy the explosion clone. And just like that, guys, we have finished. That's 1/3. That's 1/3 of the attacks done. Now on to the second one. So else if event type is equal to quotation marks. Next up, we have domain expansion, which means we're going to be saving the least amount of work for last. Okay. Hope you guys are ready. Let's get into this. Okay. So first things first, let's just go ahead and grab some stuff. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just grab all of these variables. Sorry, I'm just grab all these variables. I'm control C and control V. Just make sure you pay attention. I'm gonna just delete what we don't need. I'm gonna rename and delete. Save us time, but that seems like kind of making us work, but I think it'll work out. So first things first, you guys already know we're gonna need the animation track. So first things first, I'm doing the animation. First, I'm gonna be doing the animation track. So I'm gonna just leave that right there. And then we don't need to change anything with that. As for the clone, we need the domain expansion clone. So domain expansion, domain expansion clone is equal to where is it? It should be effects regular brackets, and then you guys already know script. I mean, sorry, not script. Event type, right? Then we can delete these because we don't need any more effects. Then after that, we're going to what's it called? I'm trying to think actually. Hang on, I'm trying to think. I'm not gonna lie, look, you forgot. I really forgot. I cannot Gojo. So after we clone this over, we're going to. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, we're gonna play. We're gonna play the sounds. We're gonna say combat, not combat events. We're gonna say combat sounds. Gojo domain expansion play, right? And then what we're gonna do is combat sounds. Gojo domain expansion that ended connect function in parentheses. Then we're setting up a function, right? Then we don't need to put anything inside the function. We simply just need to make the script stop until the sound is finished playing. I'm going to say task.wait 1.3 seconds. Then I'm going to reference the explosion clone. I'm going to say, oh, sorry, I just forgot to clone it over. So let's clone, and then we're going to reference it. So domain expansion clone. I'm going to parent it to the workspace. Then I'm going to pivot it. So pivot to definitely the model. I'm going to say character that humanoid root part dot cframe times cframe dot new in parentheses 0 comma 2 comma 5, right? Then I'm going to fire the event back to the client. So I'm going to say fire all clients in quotation marks, but in, right? Because remember that was the name of one of the events. I'm going to say in, then I'm going to send over the domain expansion clone. Then we're going to say task.wait, and we're going to wait simply just 0.2 seconds. Then I'm going to do character. Remember, this is the character who is attacking. So character move to domain expansion clone dot player. This is the reason why I made a player spawn, so that I could like choose where I want the attacking player to be at. So dot position, right? Then I'm going to use a for I loop. So I'm going to say for I. Oh, actually, no. That actually, no. I just remembered we can save ourselves some time. We can go back up here and then get this, right? But we're going to be doing a little different. So let's control C, then control V. We just saved ourselves a whole bunch of time, guys. Of course, this time you're going to change this to other character, right? Wait. Wait. Was this supposed to be explosion cloud? I think, yeah, it was. Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm tripping. Sorry. Anyway, so the difference is instead of us doing damage, what we're gonna do is we're going to generate a number. We're gonna pick a random number. So number is equal to math.random, and then math.random, then 1 to 10. We're gonna choose a random number from 1 to, sorry, not 1 to 10, 1 to 15. 1 to 15, right? And then I'm going to move the other characters. I'm going to say move to, and in parentheses I'm going to say domain expansion clone dot floor dot position, and then I'm going to add this vector 3 dot new plus number 0 0. I simply just want them to move over to the side, not like too far. Then I'm going to wait, and I'm going to wait about 5 seconds. I mean half a second, 0.5 seconds, and then I'm going to set their walk speed and jump power equal to 0. So humanoid dot walk speed is equal to 0, and then other character dot humanoid. Make sure you're doing other character, not your character. Dot jump power is equal to 0, right? So that they can't move, they can't jump, none of that. Then we're gonna go outside of two ends. Then I'm gonna play some sounds. So combat sounds dot something that's like underscore. Then set the time position equal to 30 seconds into the song, because it's like a full sound type thing, or like it's not like a sound effect. It's more like a song, I guess. Then I'm going to say something outside. I'm gonna say something outside underscore play, right? Then I'm gonna wait about 8 seconds, honestly, which we're waiting quite a long time, honestly. 8 seconds, then use the for I loop. I'm gonna say for I v pairs. I'm gonna say domain expansion, get clone, get children, right? Then parentheses, then enter. Then I'm gonna say if v is a particle emitter, right? Enter. I'm gonna say for I is equal to 5, comma 0, -1, and then I'm going to press enter. And then I'm gonna say if v dot time scale is nil equal to 0, then enter. And I'm gonna say v dot time scale is equal to 1. This pretty much is gonna make it so that it's speeds up, right? And then we'll say task dot wait 0.08 seconds, right? Then I'm gonna go on the outside to about 4 ends. I'm gonna skip about 4 ends right there, right? Then another for I loop for IV. It's really a lot to handle the domain expansion, not gonna lie. Then I'm going to same thing, domain expansion, get domain expansion this time dot core, then get children. So get children, enter, and then this time I'm gonna say same thing actually. That if we find a particle emitter, so Control C, Control V, we can just delete everything on the inside. So if we do find a particle emitter, simply this time we're just gonna say V find first child particle emitter dot wait, I honestly forgot what this was. Oh yeah, time scale is equal to 0 because I pretty much want everything inside to just stop, if that makes sense. So yeah, maybe that actually. Another thing about it, I think it's supposed to be a number sequence, or am I tripping? I feel like it's supposed to be a number sequence. I can't remember honestly. Let me see. I, I don't think it is though. Not gonna lie, I don't think so. Where is it? Oh wait. Oh wait, no, it's not supposed to be. No. Yeah, never mind. I'm getting my properties mixed. I'm thinking of transparency with something else. Anyway, we're gonna skip two ends, and then we're going to say combat sounds dot something else at underscore. We're going to stop playing that. Then I'm gonna say combat sounds dot jdk sukuna. I know which sukuna is one, but I don't really care. You guys can use whatever sounds you want and stuff. This is just what I chose. Then I'm say task that wait 3 seconds. Then guys, we have one last for I loop. Oh, great news! We can actually copy and paste. So let's Control C. Now this one we can just leave. This is the simple damage one. So lastly, we're gonna say combat event fire all clients. Make sure you're doing all clients, not just fire client. In quotation marks. Parentheses out. Quotation marks. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to speed through it instead of trying to make the video, as short as can be, I should say. And we'll send over the domain expansion clone. I'm gonna do task that wait 1.5 seconds. Then I'm gonna say domain expansion clone destroy. Right? And just hit that, guys. Great news. Let me just check. Okay, we're good to go. Damn. See, we're at 50. We're at 50 minutes. But anyway, sorry, forgot to mention. Change this to other character. But yeah, so hit that, guys. We are done with 2 out of 3 of the attacks. Last one. Reversal red is honestly it's honestly not that long of an attack to script, not gonna lie. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Else if event type is equal to reversal red, enter, right? First thing first, I'm going to set the player not able to move anymore, so character humanoid dot walk speed is equal to 0, character dot humanoid dot jump power. Keep in mind this is referring to the player that's attacking, not like the other players, right? Then I'm going to fire the remote event. I'm going to say combat event fire all clients. And then I'm going to say quotation marks. I'm going to say animation, comma character, send over the player's character. I'm going to say script, regular brackets, event types like we did before. And then, oh, sorry, I forgot. And then this time we're going to add we're going to say dot animation, capital ID, comma, 1 second. That's the animation duration at the end, by the way. Then I'm going to create some variables for the raycast. So first things first, I'm going to say local npos is equal to argument number 1. Then I'm going to get the local reversal red. So local reversal red is equal to effects event type. And local explosion is equal to effects. And this time I'm just going to say explosion, right? And then I'm going to clone over. I honestly don't know why I did it a little differently for each one, but at the same time I scripted them at different times. So like I scripted it like I made I think 2. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I made 2 in August and like 1 in September. I think that's how I did it. Anyway. So then after we do that, we're going to not gonna lie, I forgot. Oh yeah, set the reversal red clone. The reversal red clone. Let's clone this over. So clone. Right. And then once we've cloned it over, we're gonna wait simply 1 second. So task that wait 1 second. After we're done, I'm gonna say reversal red clone dot c frame is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot c frame times c frame dot new 0, 1, -1. We don't really need to go that far. -1. Then I'm going to of course parent it. So that parent is equal to workspace, right? Then I'm going to fire their mode event again. So combat event, fire all clients. I'm going to say reversal red. This is what I meant when I said the client handles most of the work for this attack. So we're pretty much sending over information. The server does a little, but not that much in my opinion. So after we do that, we're then going to say combat sounds dot charge. We're going to the time position of that equal to 0. Then I'm going to play the sound. So combat sounds dot charge play. Then I'm going to say task that wait 1.9 seconds. Then after that, I'm going to say combat sounds dot idle that time position, set that equal to 0 as well. And then I'm going to say combat sounds dot idle play. Then I'm say task dot wait 3 seconds. Then combat sounds dot idle stop. Right. Then I'm going to set up the raycast. And this is what I meant when I said I was going to save us a lot of time. Okay, I mean, I could really just type this out, but some time. Nah, I'm trying to save time. Not gonna lie, because the video is almost an hour long. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab like all of this. Scroll up, grab everything from like line 53 to like. I guess I just want to do it like this. So I'll just grab everything, yeah, like that. Control C. So Control C that, then Control V, and then I need to add an extra end, by the way, to fix that if statement issue, because yeah, that was an issue. Yeah, or I don't think I fixed it. Oh no, I did fix it. Okay, that's great. Okay, so you're gonna see a lot of red lines because there are a lot of errors, but we're gonna go ahead and get to fixing that. So for start POS, change this to reverse red clone direction. This time it is times 100. Raycast params remains the same. Then duration remains the same. After duration, after the duration, we can delete this. Then we're gonna say combat events, fire all clients. Then this time I'm gonna say reversal red tween. Wait, I feel like I did this already. Oh no, I'm tripping. I did transparency. Okay, the reversal red tween. Right. Then I'm gonna send over the reversal red clone, the duration, and the end position. Right. And then after that, I'm gonna say task.wait duration. I'm gonna say duration minus 0.5 seconds, just like I did before. Wait, I feel like I did this wrong. Oh, okay, so hold on. Let's delete this if. Then we're gonna delete one of these ends, right? Let's go back up here. Yeah, I feel like I should not have did what I did because I don't confuse myself now. Okay, so copy and paste this, right? You're just going to leave that. Actually, yeah, leave that. Leave that. So we've gotten the raycast, right? Okay, so we've gotten the raycast. We have that. We set up the explosion. Okay, that's okay. Things are looking great. Now, all I need to do now is pivot it correctly, I should say. So, okay, so for this, it's going to be a little different than normal. So I'm going to say C-frame, new end position. I forgot how I even figured this out, but anyway. NPO, so I'm going to say NPOS, right? And then I'm going to say on the, like, inside the parentheses, I'm going to say NPOS plus vector3.new 0, 5.8, 0. I don't even understand how the hell I figured that out, but anyway. Then afterwards, I don't know why I moved. Oh, it's actually supposed to be moved over. Let me move all these over, right? Then onto the next thing, I'm going to then proceed with the combat events. I'm gonna say fire all clients. Then this time it is explosion tween. Then I'm gonna send over the explosion clone. Right. Then I'm gonna say reversal red clone destroy. We destroyed it. Then I'm gonna say combat sounds dot explosion play because the explosion went off. Then we're gonna wait for 3 seconds. So task.wait 3 seconds. Then guys, great news. We've done it, guys. We are at the end. We're not done just yet, but we are almost done, I promise. Okay, so we're gonna replace this. So actually we don't need this. We do need a for I loop, but we don't need that. I'm gonna go up, find this, Control C, Control V, boom, leave that as is, right? Then the only difference is I'm gonna say character. I'm gonna make sure that my player can walk again. So character.human.walk speed is equal to 16. You guys can set it to whatever your default walk speed is and your default jump power. And then jump power is equal to 32. I mean, wait, 32. Oh no, sorry, 51. Then cast that wait 1.5 seconds. After a second and a half, I'm gonna say explosion clone destroy. You guys, we're done. All right, and okay, we're still looking good. Okay, go ahead and test these. As always, if you want access to any of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Links to either one of those options can be found in the description. You get access to all of my scripts, all my models, and yeah. Links to join my Roblox group and Discord can also be found in the description. You guys can join the Discord server to request videos, like suggest new video ideas, access your perks if you're a Discord subscriber or channel member, or get help with any of my scripts. Now, obviously, you don't have to pay to get help yourself, of course. But anyway, okay, let's hope everything works right. So first things first. Okay, right off the bat. Okay, I mean, yeah, it barely made it. No pirate name position. What? No property name position for object blue. Now I'm confused. No property name. No property named blue. That's interesting. Purple clone dot is. I mean, wait. Yeah, blue clone position is equal to purple clone dot position. Oh, my fault, guys. My fault. I forgot. I forgot that this is a model. So blue clone dot blue. My fault. I forgot that it is a model. Okay. We had an error. Not gonna lie. Like very quickly. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. Things are working. Okay. Transparency for object explosion. Okay. I really expected errors because really and truly, I mean, I really did not expect myself to remember everything, line for line. Oh, okay. I remember. Okay. So here, change this to V, change this one to V as well. I just saved myself the time of that. Okay. So hollow purple is actually almost ready. So once you do that, okay, boom, just like that. Then it goes in the direction you're. Actually, why is it doing that? Like, oh, okay, never mind. It's like they're, yeah, like they're spawning weird. Yeah, okay, so there is a slight issue with like the way they're being spawned in. Yeah, when I'm setting their C frames, that's where the issue lies. Is where I'm setting the C frames. Let me double check these numbers. 10, 5, -10, -10, 3, 10, -1, 3, -10. Okay, so these numbers are right from what I see. These numbers are right from what I see. It is interesting. Yeah, that's actually weird, not gonna lie. And then these are both quad. Then position purple clone dot position, blue clone dot blue, and just red clone. Yeah, that's weird, honestly. I don't know why. I don't know why they're like. That's honestly very weird. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know because these are C frame humanoid root part pivot two. Yeah, not gonna lie. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, if it's wait, I don't know what just happened. Oh, sorry, I thought the recording ended anyway. Not really sure why that's happening. I mean, it works, but the positioning is a little weird. But I mean, you guys can just mess around with the C-frames. All you have to do is literally just mess around with these numbers until you just get it to where you want it. So that's not really a problem. Or if you want to just double check, you can just go watch the hollow purple video. Like, just not even watch the whole video. Just skip to the certain part. Anyway, moving on. Let's get to the second one because it looks normal. Like the attack works itself. It's just yeah, it's red. That's the problem. Red is just spawning weird. Yeah, like blue works is just red. Like that. Like that's normal. That's normal, but it's red. That's the problem. So there's something wrong with the red clone dot C frame character dot humanoid root part dot C frame times C frame dot new. Oh, I see. I see. I did wrong. All of these. Okay, I just figured out -10. Okay, so make sure you change that to -10. Just what I did wrong. Oh, he's just supposed to be. Yep, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Let's hope and pray. Okay, reversal red next. So I press it. You guys aren't gonna see an animation because I'm not using R6, but yeah. And then it's gonna, then yeah, it's just gonna fly off into the distance. Never to hit its target, but yeah. But if let me switch to give you guys the full. Actually, no, I'm gonna show you guys the domain expansion, then switch over to R6. Okay, so domain expansion. Let's see. Okay, everything's working well so far. Where is it? There it is. All right, so if there were obviously enemy players, it would they'd be in here with me, and then it would kill them. And you guys hear the sounds, and then boom, just like that, a smooth fading out. Okay, so that works perfectly fine. I'll just show you guys reversal red with how it's actually supposed to look, and then change this. Oh, I actually had it backwards. Oh, okay. So yeah, I actually had it backwards. Okay. So yeah, reversal red. The animation is actually, yeah, I actually had it backwards. It's actually, that is okay. I actually did do something wrong. Decline nil value. It need. How did I not realize I did that? Okay, so make sure you did C frame new. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't make that mistake though, because I would expect better from you guys. But anyway, okay. So reversal red, create it, and probably best to oh, there's the explosion. Anyway, probably best to have welded it. But yeah, that's it. I definitely plan to improve on them. You know, make them a little better, weld them so you can move around with the attacks and stuff. Just generally improving and stuff. If the video does well, of course I'll make a part 2 with some improvements and optimization and stuff. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Literally just supporting the video will let me know you guys want a part 2. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Links to my Discord server and Roblox Scoop can be found in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.